Stay active.
I keep promoting the idea of physical fitness primarily because that's what our bodies are evolved to do. We've evolved from monkeys and we've evolved into the number one predator on this planet. Our bodies are meant to hunt, our bodies are meant to jump and climb trees. Our bodies are meant to stay active. If you don't keep your body active, it's gonna degenerate. That's why I keep talking about becoming this best version of yourself.
Meditate for 20 minutes a day.
There's three huge things I've gained from meditation. The first is that it's become a source of peace for me. You know, when you're angry with someone and you're fighting with that person, you end up saying something that you don't really mean. It's because your brainwaves are all over the place. You're completely fired up and you say things that you don't mean at all. You're not in a good place to make that decision to spew out those words. Now, when you come back to a normal state of mind, when your anger just leaves you, you realize, shit, I made that wrong decision. Now, what meditation does is that if you get into a habit of meditating, then over time, you're not just at that calm state of mind, but you're way calmer than that. If this is your angry state of mind, this is your calm state of mind, meditation helps you to go from here to that lower place of being calm. You're always in the best possible place to make decisions. And a skill like decision making has a huge role to play in how your business advances and how your career advances. But most importantly, it has a huge role to play in keeping you happy, which is the most important life goal that anyone should have.
Spread positivity.
We want the world to become a better place. First, you need to affect your immediate surroundings. Your job is to treat everyone the way you would like to be treated by others. If you think that this society has become a negative place, then be that first drop of positivity in that ocean of darkness. True warriors are the ones who stand up against what's going wrong in the world. If you see a wrong in front of you, have the spirit to stand up against it. Have the spirit to speak up. If you choose the path of respect, showing respect to another human being, some kid around you will grow up valuing the concept of respect. That positivity will spread around you at first and then slowly go on to change the world. Respect, justice, love, all of it begins with you. One warrior awakens all the other warriors. Stand up for good when not too many other men would do the same.
Focus on yourself.
Your mission in life is to create an environment that allows all the internal energy and all the internal focus inside you to sprout out into something beautiful. And this environment is built in silence. Before creating some noise in the world, you've got to create some silence within yourself. Priming. Priming is the process of getting ready, the beginning of your journey. It should be full of silence, and this silence is where the magic is born. If you begin your day by somehow fooling your mind into thinking that your life is only about that ultimate goal and nothing else, this thought sets a tone for how you live out the rest of your working hours. You can choose to exercise, you can choose to meditate, you can choose to just spend 10 minutes with yourself in complete silence. But in that period of time, brush off all those other worries. In this period, it's you against yourself. Switch off from every other stress you have and focus on what's inside your mind. In the real world, you'll find people who doubt you, people who hate your guts. But while you're priming yourself, you'll only find yourself. And that's what really matters. What they say means nothing, but what you say to yourself in silence sets a tone for your life outside of your priming session. Here's the real challenge. Are you gonna let your own focus and your own energy be affected by those 4 or 5 other things, or all those doubters who hate and doubt you? Or are you going to go deep inside yourself, beyond all these layers of doubt and distraction, and find yourself? Prime and conquer. It's just the start of your life.
Discipline over motivation.
If you're serious about a long-term fitness lifestyle, or if you're even serious about developing great character, which is way more important than something like fitness. Now, here's what you need to know. Initially, to step into something like fitness, you need motivation. You need something to inspire you, something to get your dynamite just lit up. But once the dynamite blows up and you step into the gym and you begin your fitness journey, you got to keep the fire going. You got to keep sticking to the process. You've got to keep bringing your ass to the gym. And how does that happen? It's not about motivation. Don't ask me how I stay motivated. Don't ask me to motivate you. What you've got to understand is that more than motivation, it's about discipline. When you're talking about sticking to long-term processes, that's the key. It needs to come from inside you. And how does it come from inside you? Your mind will only give birth to discipline if you create some form of discipline in your life. Now, let's just take up this word called discipline. What is discipline essentially? Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. You need to always have that long-term vision. If you have a certain goal that you want to achieve, you've always got to keep that goal at the back of your head. When we're talking about sticking to long-term processes, there's going to be a zillion moments where there'll be distractions and you'll be demotivated and you won't want to stick to that long-term process primarily because you're bored. But the people who get past these hurdles are the ones who actually end up sticking to the long-term process. You cannot try getting motivated through external factors if we're talking about long-term processes. If you want to stick to a process in the long term, create that internal discipline and go for it. Go for the kill. Choose activities that will help expand your mind. Hot phase of your day. 30 minutes to 60 minutes before you go to bed. Why? So to answer that question, you've got to understand the power of the subconscious mind. Understand your mind, which is like a ship, your conscious mind, which is like the crew of the ship, and your subconscious mind, which is the captain of your ship. The crew of the ship is responsible for all your daily actions, how your body functions, the actions you take in your life. But your captain of the ship, your subconscious mind, that is affected by your actions, your experiences, your daily habits, and even the people who you meet, the people who surround you. It becomes the core of your thought process. You don't really have control over it, but it has control over you. The direction of your life, your outlook on certain things, all that is decided by your subconscious mind. You fill your subconscious mind with negative data or the wrong habits and you'll end up getting a negative outlook on life. You'll be what they call a loser. If you want to be a winner, you fill it with the positive data. And this is where the hot phase that I was talking about comes into play. The one point of your day where you're able to directly affect your subconscious mind is that 1 hour before bedtime. You've got two options. Your first option is meditation, obviously. One of the best things that you can do if self-improvement is your goal in life. Basic meditation before bedtime can change your life around. But the second option, if meditation isn't your thing, you can go for self-improvement books.